Brodes Media.
Where were you when Tyrese Maxey went into Madison Square Garden with the season on the line, when Joel Embiid struggled insanely offensively? What do you remember from that Maxey playoff game? What do I remember from Maxey's playoff game? Sit down, son. Let me talk to you. Something like that. Unbelievable. Unreal. The amount of times I rewatched his celebration and his instant reaction, it had to have been an out-of-body experience. That many people upset, that many people silenced with the sound of your shot going in, tied it up. Batum's block on Jalen Brunson with the regulation clock winding down. I don't even think that's getting discussed mightily today whatsoever. And I understand. I mean, Tyrese Maxey had one of the greatest playoff moments in NBA history. It's that good. It's that incredible. And it would taste a lot sweeter if you finish the deal. And I'm pretty excited for Thursday night. I know it's sad that we have to be in a position to beg for our fans to go and for Joshua Harris and our ownership group to give away free tickets to people who do a lot for this city, people that are first responders and things of that nature. And I see that there are some out there, Howard Eskin being one of them, and I love Howard to death, but I just don't see eye to eye on him here. But with the whole, well, they're just really taking tickets that they already own. I would have to imagine that most teams do that. Most teams will utilize the tickets that they own and find ways to sell them. So I don't think that's out of the norm from an ownership level. But let's say that it is. I will give them credit for, especially an ownership group that everybody says only gives a shit about money. All they care about is money. And there's a lot of truth to that. But if I was wrong and it's not the norm, and then they decide after getting ripped apart, and there was some backlash involved, if they came to the conclusion we are going to do the right thing, forget the money. It's not about the money. We won Game 6 rocking. It seems like they do actually want that place to be kicking it so we can try and win this damn series. And whether that's because, well, they just want the second round because that's more money to... Okay, all these people want money. Lori wants money. John Middleton wants money. Yes, every owner has some money in mind to a degree. But for them to put it aside for Game 6 and to get out there and say, let's fucking go. Let's get this place popping. I'm all for it. It sucks that the Knicks fans are forcing us to be in this position, but it's better than the alternative. The alternative is let's roll over and die. At least let's rally as a city and go out there and give it our all. All right? I mean, it's disgusting that we have to do that with the Knicks just around the corner and the local frauds. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I want to win Game 6 bad, and I want to show the love to Maxey. I want to show the love to Embiid. They deserve our full support. We'll see what ends up happening. But here's another thing I want to acknowledge, that I may have been too harsh on Embiid right after the game. Offensively speaking, I don't take back a word I said, and I never will. His turnovers, his body language, the lackadaisical approach. He didn't look as if he was in it. And I don't know if there was a correlation between the migraine, because remember, he wasn't even doing shoot around. Season on the line, guys are missing shoot around. There's got to be truth to it. I'm not making excuses. I'm just wondering why it looked that bad, because Joel Embiid might have quieter nights, but that was so indefensible. It was so bad. I have to imagine there's something in play, because Joel Embiid is too good of a damn player for it to be that wildly horrible. But anyway, he wasn't as bad with the overall game as I made it out to be in the post-game pod. Did have 16 rebounds. 16 rebounds. He was working his ass on the glass. And what's the one area that the Sixers are getting murdered in? It's the fact that the Knicks are snagging all these O-boards, keeping a bunch of possessions alive. Go take a gander at what Josh Hart did in Game 4, and then go look at what he did in Game 5. There was clearly an emphasis, and Joel Embiid on the defensive side of the glass, and offensive. He did have a handful of O-boards, and one of those coming during the late stretches where my man helped out Maxey heavily, and he was a force in that overtime. Just fantastic, fantastic. So his 16 boards matter because the depth of this team in previous games was the Knicks just kept getting extra possessions. I don't know if earlier in his career, and I could be totally wrong, but I feel maybe at one particular time with Ben, there was this clashing of it's Ben's team, it's Joel's team, who's closing. All right, let's get the ball to Embiid, see if he can do this, X, Y, and Z. It was clearly Maxey's day. Joel Embiid was not doing well. He turned it around, but having the faith of Maxey, bring us home. Maxey, I've seen the work you put in. Bring us home. I trust in you. For an NBA superstar of Embiid's caliber to say that to Maxey and not overstay, give me the ball, I'm doing this. There are superstars that want it to that level. And that doesn't mean that now Joel Embiid all of a sudden is a fraud, because as soon as I say that, I can hear a bunch of haters going, well, that's why Embiid will never be a... Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, it's a good trait to have belief in your crew. To need help. It's fine. Jokic needs help. Without Murray, the Denver Nuggets are not what the Denver Nuggets are. And that's why even some of the talking head shows is, all right, build it around Maxey now. What? That's irrelevant. You need multiple guys to do anything in this league. And Maxey understands that. Embiid understands that. Maxey, when Embiid's off the floor, remember I was discussing Game 4, and I said when Embiid doesn't have it or when Embiid needs to go to the bench, I need Maxey to run the offense. Well, when Joel Embiid's on the floor, what that does for Tyrese Maxey, just by his presence, changes a ton. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Maxey. That guy is built different. And I want to play a clip here from Kenny Smith. He was on the Takeoff Pod with John Clark talking about Maxey's work ethic and seeing it firsthand. Maxey is absolutely a big part of this. But there is something to be said about what the offense looks like with Maxey when there's no Embiid and what the offense looks like with Maxey when there is Embiid. Maxey needs to execute, and he does, and not many people, if not only maybe one or two guys in the league, will be able to pull off what Maxey did in MSG. So I want to recognize the real, which is Maxey is a huge part of this too. But letting Maxey do his thing and Embiid's presence in totality still mattered in the outcome of that game.
He works out in Los Angeles. And he was with Sam Cassell was the assistant coach at the time with the Philadelphia 76ers. So he's working out at a gym where I have a son that plays high school basketball. He's working out. And we get there about maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and Tyrese is finishing his workout, and Sam is like, yeah, man, this guy works really hard. I'm looking at him, I'm like, yeah, he's working hard, but so what, Sam? Like, everyone works hard. He's like, no, Kenny, this is his third workout today. I'm like, third workout? It's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, we got up at 6. We did another one at 9, and this is the third one ending at 1. So his ability to work so hard, I got to see firsthand. And it really actually sparked a light under my son. I'm like, here's an NBA player with doing 3 workouts before one. This is your first one of the day.
That's actually incredible. It's pretty clear to draw the same conclusions here from it. That's Kobe Bryant level stuff. You have 1% of the world that's wired that way, and Maxey's hard work paid off. There was no bigger moment than that.